Hi Flosstube, this is Jerica, Daybreak Stitcher, coming to you from Utah. This is a channel about cross stitch and sometimes gardening and canning and cooking. It's been a little minute. I was not expecting to be away this long, but I did notice there's been more subscribers to my channel, and I want to show and express my appreciation to all of you new subscribers. And if this is your first episode of my channel, I hope you enjoy it. There's more on my channel. There's more videos that you can watch that'll help bring you up to speed as to what I've been working on and what I've done so far. I was thinking about doing a finishing, but one day, not today. So I wanted to, I'm not going to keep saying but what I wanted to do was there were some giveaways that I needed to honor that I have not gotten to, but I did go back and find the videos. So I will be posting that at the end of this channel, so that way I can make sure that communication is clear on that. Okay, so what have I been up to? It's been like, it's been a while. I think it's been like a month and a half maybe since I've posted a video, but it's been busy, but not. So I'm currently just waiting. Our house is still in the market. We're just waiting. So it's been a lot of like cleaning and trying to minimize everything, and then trying to live within a minimal household. So I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard. It's just, you're unsettled. You know what I mean? My kids are great. My grandkids are great. Times are, weird, but it's okay. We're doing good. Take a deep breath. I've been working out. I went for a walk because I was inspired by Andrew, the Runner Stitcher. If you watch his channel, he also has another channel where he takes walks all around the state of Florida. And so you can see like all the different parks that he walks through. So I was watching his videos and got inspired to get out there and walk. So I was out there walking. It's been a day. I literally just got back like, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. Hurried up and threw some makeup on because you don't need to see me like that. And we're here. I did iron some stuff because I thought my iron was in the pod, but it's not. So I ironed some stuff only to show you. And then since I was already doing it, I just ironed everything. So don't get used to the press stuff. It's not my favorite thing to do, but it looks pretty. Anyway, so what else has gone on? Let's see. I've been on Instagram a little bit more than I usually am because I've been watching this woman. Her name is Mandy Rocket D's, and she does a whole bunch of like cooking and baking. It's not like big batch baking, which normally that's what I do, is big batch, because I don't like to cook that often. So when I do, I cook a lot. But she's just so like, she's clever with the way that her content is. It's very uplifting and inspiring. And she got me, and I made some Lucky Charm cookies because I was watching her channel, and she's so cool. She's actually on YouTube as well. She has a YouTube channel. I'll link it below so you can see, because I think she has the same videos on both things. So if you don't have Instagram, you can still see her channel on YouTube. She doesn't cross stitch, but she does crochet, I believe, or she knits or crochet. I think she crochets. Anyway, she's very crafty and she's very talented, and I think you should go give her a look-see. What else is there? I think that's all I got. Anyway, so that's all I've been up to in the last 6-ish weeks, but on to the stitching. So I'm gonna go with my finishes. So I did finish, I think, one thing since my last video. So this is from Jan Hicks. It's called, let's see, I have my tablet here. And Where is the info? Okay, so this is A Really Good Day by Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates. I don't have a thing, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm kind of filming later in the evening, so there probably should be anything. I guess we'll find out. It's called A Really Good Day by Jan Hicks. This is on a 36 count silver mist by Mystic Fabrics. And I did a floss conversion to Roxy Floss. So here it is. Let's see. Okay. All right, so here it is. My little dude, his favorite motif out of this whole entire thing is right there. But yay, it's all finished. This blue linen is a scrap from another project that I need to probably finish this year. But it's actually just a slight bluish color. I don't know if it's coming up, but here it is, it's finished. So got this done pretty quick, but it was so bright and cheerful that I couldn't help it. I needed to get into it. So got that finished. That's my only finish since my last video, because I started some things. One of the things that I started was a freebie chart from Maximum Cross Stitch Ellen Reed. I originally seen this through Patreon, the Evertote Patreon. It was a freebie, and what they were hoping is for people to donate to one of their listed fundraisers, which they did, and they did pretty well. So so this is called Go Show Love by Ellen from Maximum Cross Stitch, and I'm using the same kind of fabric. This is 36 count Silvery Mist Fabrics by Mystic Fabric, and this is also using a Roxy Floss conversion. I still have a lot to do. I was supposed to be oh yeah, that's from Frog, and it'll be fine. So I was supposed to be working on this every Saturday until it was done, because I wanted to go through it pretty slow. But I think I've missed like 2 weeks, so I'll get caught up. And so this is, if you go onto the Evertote and even Maximum Cross Stitch, you can still get this freebie chart if you wanted to stitch along with me on this. But it's really pretty. It's I think I'm stitching it slow because, you know, it's more sentimental to my piece at this time. So this is as far as I got. And I hope to get caught up with I don't have a total, I don't have a daily stitch count goal for this. I've just, you know, so it's noticeable to me that I worked on it. That's as far as I want to get onto it. So, but we're good. This next one here is a mystery sal, but it is what is it called? It's by Shaded Stitchery, Nuri. It's Data Portraits in Paris 2. It is a 2026 stitch along. It's a 20-week where she would just releases little bits and parts of it. I am behind because I got hiccuped. But so this is probably like 3 weeks behind. But what's great is that there's not like a ton of stitches in each release, so I could pick it up and get caught back up pretty easily. It's just not right here yet. It's not there in right now, but here it is. This is I'm stitching mine on a green fabric. Everyone else is more of like a neutral tan beige kind of color. This is 40 count Pine by Extrude Designs. It's one of my favorite linens, and I really hope that she dyes some more of it, because I will buy more of this because I love how versatile it is. This is floss. It's the floss is the Called For. It is by Hand Dyed by Jasmine, Knitting Nurse Jasmine on Instagram, and every floss color is intentional in its naming. So if you go to Shaded Stitchery's Instagram, she actually has all of the information on what inspired the names of each of the floss used for data portraits too. So here's where I'm at, but I still need to, this whole section needs to be filled in. I'm gonna get caught up. I just hit a little snag. Okay, what else is there? So my niece, I started this bird sampler. Well, I received it. It was for me to stitch it for my niece, and it's, you know, I overthink a lot of stuff, and I am overthinking every single stitch on this, but this is where I'm at. What is it called? This is, let's see, Sleepy Bunnies. And here it goes this way. Sleeping Bunnies. I got it in 2023, but I just restarted it this year because I messed up a lot. So, actually it's supposed to be this way. Okay, I was looking at the heart. That's my only compass right there, is which way that heart is facing. So this is gonna be a bunny, and then there's another bunny up here. And I'm using a floss from Stash, but also Called For. It's on a 28 count white opalescent even weave that I just found off of an Etsy account. It's really cute, but I am so tripping on this one because, you know, when you're doing something for someone else, like you just want it to be right, exactly what they asked for, or if not better. And I'm tripping with every stitch, but we're getting through it. I was working on it today. I'm trying to finish this bunny hopefully soon. And then there's like some other butterflies, and the information is supposed to be in these blocks, you know, like the name and the weight and all this and that. And then there's like an alphabet in each of these blocks. There's another block up here. There's another block, and then a bunny. And here I am right now on it. I just have to fill in the bunny's face, and then there's a whole crap ton of back stitching. We're getting through it. But that is Sleepy Bunnies by Janelyn. Oh, I think I forgot a finish. Oh, here's another finish. This was a part of a stitch along by, let me see. It's a closely kept Sal, hosted by Thick Threads and Stitchy Natty, which I wasn't sure what the details were. I just seen it, and I had one, and I picked it up and started it. But this is by Nuri Shaded Stitchery. This is on a 36 count Periwinkle by Weeks Dye Works, and I used a Roxy floss called Polar Ice. This is closely kept number 3 is what the design is. There are 5 total, and I believe I have the 5th one, and that is also a part of one of the giveaways that I will be sharing at the end of this video. But I want to stitch that first, but we're not going to get into that right now. But here is closely kept number 3, and it's stitched 1/2 on 36 count. It is so pretty. I love it. And I'm thinking about keeping it in this and just having it as something. I don't know yet, but this is where it is right now. I've done 2 of these, and I really like the 5th one. And I seen my friend Miss Candy from the 614 Stitcher stitching hers. I think she just finished it like a week ago or so. If you go over to her channel, I'll link hers below too, so that way if you wanted to go and see what that one looked like, it's really pretty. But yeah, so I have 2 finishes instead of 1. Alrighty, and what else? Okay, so my friend Stephanie from Cross Stitch the Globe and I were talking like in January about doing something to support Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery, because last year he did a Fab alphabet Sal, and that's where you stitch on something or you start something that has a full alphabet in it. And last year I worked on one of his designs, and I'm not done with it yet. I need to probably pull it out next year. But this year I wanted to start something smaller, And even though he didn't officially like do the sal this year, we still wanted to do it because we can, right? And so what I decided to do was pick up something that, well, to start something that I hadn't, that I had in my stash. I had it kitted and yet I didn't start it yet. So this is also a modern folk embroidery design. It's called Laura's Frisian Sampler. And I didn't get very far. I'm double thinking my fabric choice, but I'm already in it, so I'm gonna keep going. So this is where I'm at so far. And there are some ghosted stitches up here, like all up here are ghosting stitches. But I really liked how it looked on the pink with some of the other colors. So, and then I didn't want a frog because I'm not a frogging kind of stitcher unless absolutely necessary. So this is on a 40 count Dawn by XJude Designs. And it is using the called for floss, but I exchanged one, which is Vampish, and I haven't even opened that one up yet. It's the darkest one, and I think there's only like 4 or 3 stitches of that one. So I wanted to use something that was already, you know, open. So here's where I am. I think I finished one page. There's 3 pages. I think I might even be a little bit into the second page, a little bit more, like, I don't know, it's too much. Anyway, so this is where I'm at with Laura's Frisian Sampler, and it's not very big. Like, I honestly think that it's probably just gonna come out to about here. I just have the fabric folded because, you know, it's just it's not that big. I think it's probably just gonna come out to about here. And then that's it. So I'll have some more fabric to use for something else, but I really like this fabric. Anyway, so this was a fun stitch. I really like these blue grays on the pink though. I don't know, I really like it. Anyway, so that was one that I started. I worked on it for a couple of days with Stephanie of Cross Stitch the Globe. There were a couple of other people that were joining in. So if you wanted to check out Stephanie, you can see who else is like doing that too, because it's fun. Alrighty, so in January, I also started the 2026 Modern Folk Embroidery Sal. He usually does one every year. It's usually big enough to where you can like spend the whole year doing it. This one I think is a little different because it's smaller stitch count wise than others that I've seen in the past. So it's actually very, very manageable in my opinion. So I reached, what did I reach? Like 45% last month. And then I decided I'm caught up to about June. And so I can, you know, chill on it and work on some other things until June and not feel like I've gotten behind. And it's so pretty. So here is Little Acorns. I started this on the 1st. And I'm stitching this on a 36 count Say Cheese by Fox and Rabbit. The brown floss is PR 121. And the variegated floss is PR 214 by Silks For You. So here's where I'm at. And this is the true, well, it's even brighter than that color, but this is where I'm at so far on Little Acorns. And so I know if I pick it up, I'm gonna go even further. So I'm trying not to because I wanted to like finish this part. We're gonna be all right. It's just so nice. Like, it's so nice to stitch on this. And I have enough to go down. I think it's just gonna, you know, just reach the bottom. So pretty. I love the little pinks and blues that are in there, just complementing everything. The little bee hive in the middle, that was wild to stitch. I should have probably picked a different way, but it's okay. It was my first time ever doing like long stitches like that. And it's in there. And so I'm gonna just accept it for what it is. But yeah, so that's little acorns. And then I have, okay, so I've been working on Saga because Saga is supposed to be like my, back to school, thing from back in 2023. So, let's see, where am I at? So Saga is, I started it August 2023. It's by Long Dog Samplers. And I'm stitching this on a 40 count Rustic Drab by XG Designs. I had her fabric of the month, and her fabric was really nice. Anyway, it's a nice tight weave anyway. And so I've also been watching Andrew because he has like a weekly goal of like 500 stitches a week, I think. And he's been doing it consistently, like for over a year. And so I have like a couple friends that I started it with, and they've like all finished it except for Andrew. He's very close. So of course I had to pull it out, and I wanted to dedicate some time to it. And I use markup, RXP, and according to markup, I think I'm at like 20, almost 26%. I'm like 25.99 or something like that. So I've been working on this at night. It's my night stitch, and I'm almost to the corner, and I have so much more to do. I have so much more. I have so much further to go. But honestly, I think this is probably the largest project that I've worked on so far. I'm at like 27,000 stitches, 27 something thousand stitches. And I did like one that I thought was my largest one, and I just looked and it was only like 23,000 stitches. It was like it was a modern folk embroidery. I think it was called Reaching Skyward. No, it was another one. It was like a Quaker, and I thought that was my biggest. We're getting into this. I think this is like 114,000 stitches, and I've only gotten 27,000 stitches. But we're making some moves. We're making some moves. Those elephants were cute. They were adorable to stitch. I finished those a couple, last night, and then started bringing this arch on down. So what I'm basically doing is I have a hoop that's big enough for all this to fit into. Not all of this, but like I've been moving the hoop, and so whatever fits in the hoop is the area that I'm stitching. So I'm kind of like doing both at the same time. So I think I'm at like page 5 is here, page 10, but I'm really on page 9, finishing up a little bit of page 8 into 9. And then I jump up here to page 4 and 5. It makes sense to me. So when I move down and come this way, it'll be, whatever those pages are when I get there. So I don't know. So I'm working on these. My plan is to try to get 50% on Saga, and I'll feel accomplished a little bit by then if I can reach 50% before the end of the year. But if I really, really want to, I might even try for a finish of Saga this year. Don't quote me on that though, because squirrels happen. I think I showed this already in, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, so I'll just show it anyway. All right, so there's another stitch along that's being hosted by EJ and the Sunshine Stitchers for 2026. And it is Elegant Lace by Works by ABC. This is another one of those ones that was just so fun to stitch that I had to put it away for a second, because I like to stitch with people, even though I can easily get carried away. So this is on a 36 count periwinkle. This is Elegant Lace, Weeks Dye Works, and this is stitched with Silks for You PR 121. It's that same brown color from my other WIP, and PR 053, which is the lighter color. So this is where I'm at. I reached 51.42% on this, and it's so breezy to stitch on. Like, it's so breezy. So, and basically what I'm doing is, I'm gonna move in a little closer. So basically what I'm doing is I'm stitching the half stitches of this part in different angles. And so each quarter of that medallion is going to go in different, directions. And so it will then spread out into each corner of these like white parts. The lighter stitches, they're all going to go in different directions, if you can see any of that. So we shall see. Let me see if I can give it some cue. Do you see how it's going in different directions, each half stitch? This center part is probably the most worst, It's the it's the worst, the roughest of my stitching of this middle motif, because they're just so close together, but all the other ones are doing quite nice. They're all laying really nice. They make me feel like I know what I'm doing. But anyway, so 51% complete on Elegant Lace by Works by ABC. I love this fabric. It really does look pretty. Anyway, so that's all that I've been working on since my last video. Okay, I wanted to get into my previous giveaways I haven't actually done yet. So I'm gonna pull the name now, and the name is Miss Peaches C, and that's her. I'm gonna put your information at the bottom. It's at Peaches C 8700. You actually got your name pulled, so that way you can get Nuri of Shaded Stitcheries Passages giveaway from a long time ago. So if you can reach out to me on Instagram, it's daybreak_stitcher. Send me a message on there and I will get that pattern out to you as soon as possible. That would be awesome. The other giveaway that I have here is for if you she actually has a Flosstube. Her name is Carmen of Cardamom Pins. There was a giveaway that I was doing in this past January, I think. And Carmen, even though she wasn't quite right, but she was still close. I was doing 2 truths and a lie. And one of the truths was, or one of the things was that, I really like to read a lot. I like to write a lot, and I'm an actress. I think that's what they were. And she said that I love to read. I like to write, but I don't like to read. What is up with that? Anyway, but I'm starting to get back into it. I think it was just a focus thing. Like, I have so many things that I'm doing, but when I really think about it, like, I'm reading recipes, and I'm reading a lot of books on gardening and canning and making bread and doing those things. So I do like to read, but as far as like sitting down and like reading a book, I've been slacking these past couple of years because, I cross stitch, and it's kind of hard to cross stitch and read a book at the same time. But audiobooks are starting to become a thing. My cousin, who is, we'll talk more about her later, but she is a new author, and I read her books, and it's all fantastic. But we'll talk about that later. But, so Carmen, you won the giveaway. So reach out to me on Instagram and I will get your package in the mail. I think that's all I have for today. The kid is almost coming in now, so I will try to have another video up in a couple weeks because I do have some really fun news. I mean, it's microscopic, but fun news any day is amazing. So I will catch back up with you guys then. We'll talk about some more cooking and some canning and gardening and all the things that make life happy. Alrighty, well, you have a great day. Happy stitching.